Dave, where's your hood?
I lost that when I was 4 days old.
Huh? Hey, everybody. It's the Dave Nesdahl Hour featuring Johnny Beane, Jay Hannon, and Ron Johnson.
Howdy.
How's it going, eh?
Jay, Johnny, and Dave, what's happening?
What's
Not
happening,
much.
man?
How you doing?
Doing awesome. Doing very good. Other than getting over laryngitis and not having a voice for the last week.
Mm-hmm.
Which pleased a lot of people, actually. But,
But you can still type.
yeah, I can still type. I can text.
Oh, you mean in real life? You mean in real life? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. I mean, it was so frustrating. And as easy as it, as fun as it is to be able to talk about stuff that you like and with your friends and stuff, is really, really difficult. I never really realized how much, communication, like verbally, is for my job is important. Because I got guys, my officers and stuff at work calling me on the radio. I got contractors I'm dealing with, and we're having all these cameras put in buildings and stuff, and they want to know, where's this go? Where's this go? How do you want this set up? And I'm literally had no voice. I was like, it was that bad. So a lot of tea, definitely. So a few days ago, my voice started coming back. So now it just sounds like I got a bad cold, but
Yeah, I had this friend of mine that called me up one time. This was years ago. She called me up, and she's like, Johnny, I lost my voice. And she was a singer of my band. She was a singer. We were supposed to write a song,
Yeah.
She's like, Johnny, my voice is gone. I'm like, are you okay?
Sounds like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, exactly. I know. I was just thinking like Poltergeist or something.
I've never seen that. I just know there's something called a fruppet or something.
Frodo or whatever.
Frodo, yeah.
So how you been, Jay?
I've been good, man. Been good. Can't complain.
Yeah. Nice.
So that's about it.
Cool. It's 5:10 p.m. out here in California, where it's still light out, as you can see. 8:10 where everybody else is, and it's probably dark out.
And snowy. Dave and I got a pretty nasty snowstorm today.
Oh, man.
Yeah, sucks.
I heard about that on Facebook. Some of our East Coast friends. Actually, a friend of mine texted me. A friend of mine. Remember, Dave, I was telling you about the friend of mine who's an Van Halen tribute?
Mm-hmm.
Plays bass.
Yeah.
He sent me...
Is his name in the band Anthony Michael? Because that's what it should be.
He sends me this picture right here, which I don't know why. I mean, I guess, he just wanted to show me what it looks like where he is,
Yeah, totally.
Is that what it's kind of like?
Pretty much.
We didn't get that much snow today.
I don't miss that at all.
I'll tell you, Jay, I hate it now. I mean, I used to kind of like it years ago, and now it's like, all it does is just makes work. It's crap driving. It's annoying. It's cold. It's depressing. It gets dark quick. You can't do anything. I mean, if you're a skier or snowmobiler, it's great, but
it's cool when you're young and school's canceled.
Exactly.
And then once you have to drive in it to do anything,
right.
It's the worst, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yes. So it's Wednesday, I guess. Winter Wednesday.
Winter Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yes. Hey, everybody. R2, R3 Locking Nut is here. Jaden James is here. Jaden James. Max T is in here. Connor Johnson is in here. Rob.
Yeah.
Blackie DH.
He's here again. That flipped me out a couple weeks ago when I was on. I was like, huh? I'm texting my son going, dude, are you watching our show? And he goes, what are you talking about? No.
What? That show sucks. I wouldn't be looking at that.
Well, no, it's not. He doesn't think that. It's just not his bag of,
Well, that's what I thought. Yeah.
He's seen it a couple times, actually.
Yeah. Well, cool, everybody. Thanks for joining in. It feels like it's been a few days. I think think Friday. I think Friday was the last time we did anything, and that was with Caleb.
Yeah, cool.
And that was cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Do you know Caleb? He's a great guy, man.
Yep.
Great dude.
Yeah, definitely seen him. Hey, did you guys? This might be old news, or as of a week or so ago, but did you guys check out? The only place I actually saw it on was the Van Halen trading list. But did you see that YouTube, or it wasn't a YouTube? It was like a media player type video they put up on the behind the scenes stuff at 5150 of Ed and Al and Sammy back from 2004 when they were making those 3 songs, Up for Breakfast and It's About Time and Learning to See. Did you guys check that out?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty. I saw that, I think, like last Thursday. It was the first time I saw it, and I saw it on VH Trading. Someone had it brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty interesting.
It was like when they were actually like recording the track, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's part of a whole thing that's not
Yeah.
not good. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sure they're yelling about it over there, you know.
Yeah,
I know on Facebook there's a guy that was talking about it and saying that even though he's into trading, you know, that kind of stuff, this stuff he wants nothing to do with it, you know, because the way it you know, I guess it shouldn't have been put out.
Does anybody know how it got out?
Some guy actually on the trading list, and I can't remember, maybe Johnny knows, but he had posted something and he was like, you know, hey guys, check this out. And when I was watching it, I was just like, ooh, that didn't look like it was supposed to be coming out yet. You know what I mean? But I don't know if he was selling it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's from what I understand, it's somebody was filming for several years, filming footage of them rehearsing and stuff, and you know, has been sitting on this stuff for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And is trying to sell the stuff now, and it's just
yeah, I saw something about that. The person trying to sell, and I'm like, oh man.
I know. Yeah, that's too bad. Is it? I was wondering if it was tagged, if that video was tagged on those pictures, you know, that were on eBay back a few weeks before that. You know, a guy was trying to sell this for like $400 or $500 a pop. You know, and an interesting thing though, I will say, and you know, not to harp on it. I mean, obviously everybody saw it, but one of the cool things that I did see right off the bat, and I saw him in the pictures that were on eBay too, but there's Ed's 5150 Amber Music Man hanging on the wall in the back. And you know, as Dave and I have always said for a long time, that guitar is at arm's length in that studio. He still goes to that guitar.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you, D.
Bless you.
I'm blessed.
Everybody in the chat, say bless you. Hey, Jared.
What's up, Jared?
Yeah. Well, Rob, I've got mine is in that bag right there. You know, I can almost.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, almost.
You got to take it out of the bag though. Is that a music? Is that a Music Man gig bag?
What? Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I got that same gig bag. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
that's what it came with. That's what it came with. And if you guys are wondering why I'm wearing shades and it's like almost nighttime, we got on here and I realized I look like crap. And we can't have that on Dave's show, you know?
It's not the eyes that look like crap. Don't worry about it.
I should be wearing a ski mask and just have the eyes showing. Is that? That's what I should. Well, if you notice, you know, I'm trimmed up a little bit.
No, you're not.
You know. Oh, come on.
Oh yeah, I guess you
Oh
are.
yeah, now you almost look like Habib.
It kind of camouflaged in with the top of the sweater.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, look at the top of the sweater. It's funny. It's funny you say that.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good, Johnny. You don't look as mangy looking. No, I'm kidding. No, he looks fine. He looks good.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Blackie DH. He messaged me on Facebook because I've been asking about finding a Japanese Wolfgang neck. So he saw one at a music store or a pawn shop or something. He went to check it out today, and I guess it was a piece of crap. So, but I want to thank him for going out of his way and checking for me. So thanks, dude.
I don't know about Japanese neck, but I got a couple of Chinese chins. I don't know. I just thought I'd let that one fly. Think about that one for a while.
Hey, yo, we got Eddie Van Halen. Edward Van Halen is here.
Oh, yes. And it's Wolfgang Wednesday.
Hey, yes.
He would
What's
know.
up, Ed?
Edward's here.
Edward.
Hail to the king.
Wolfgangs. Yeah. Well, cool. Very cool, you guys. So what? I don't know. It feels like.
Where do we begin?
Hey, look what I just found. I don't know where this thing came from, but
It was in a crib on your doorstep.
yeah, look at this thing. So this is the latest and greatest. The body and necks came last week. It's not put together. It's not set up. The bridge is just sitting on the top. It's supposed to come in from the bottom, but I just got it sitting on the top just so it looks a little better.
Is
Got
that
the tune.
Is that the Ace Frehley model with the smoke that comes out of the pickup? Where the pickup should be?
No, you being serious?
I don't think Rob knows who Ace Frehley is. He only knows who Eddie Van Halen is.
Yeah, I don't know any other guitarists. Eric Clapton, I don't. Eric Johnson, all those guys. I have nobody. So yeah, came in and I mounted the necks, and so here it is. This is the Kramer double neck diver down air guitar, and the top neck is it's not a real aluminum neck, but it is painted to look like one. It's got the oversized Schaller tuners with the little ferrules in there for the 12 string, and has the Kramer chicken hawk neck. It's got a cheapo Floyd on it now. It will have an original real Floyd at some point. Originally, this guitar had a Rockinger. It wasn't a Floyd, but it's got the gold tuners down here, and they did they did the shelf. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Be happy that that's not an aluminum neck, and I'll tell you why. They never stayed in tune, because when when it gets cold, the strings get they can contract and they get sharp, and as you're playing that neck, it warms up and they go flat. It's hard to keep an original aluminum neck in tune.
Those original aluminum necks. Those things. If you got any of you guys have played those original Kramers, you pick up one of those and in a cold guitar shop, that guitar is freezing.
Yeah.
We're usually trying to warm up. No one wants to play a cold guitar.
Yeah. Well, I was actually happy when the kind of the whole way this whole project went down was Hubbard and I were talking about it and like, hey, let's do this guitar. So we had Chris. I think I said a little bit about it last time, but Chris Locke did the body, and I had the bottom maple neck. I had that laying around. It used to be on my Frankenstein, and when I had it with the jump neck on it, and then we had to figure out how to do this fork neck. So what we did was we talked to Scott Smith, and he just happened to have a couple of unk necks kicking around. That's what these are. They're unk necks, and they're wooden necks. So they needed some work. They needed to be fretted. They needed to have all the inlays put in and dressed and all that stuff. So we got the necks from Scott, and then had the necks sent to Chris Locke. And then what he did is he had the bodies custom made, and then he took both of these necks here, and then he fretted them and did all the work to it, inlays and all that. And then Hubbard actually painted the headstock to with duplicolor aluminum paint to make it look like aluminum, and then the back just black to make it look like like the real deal. But I'll tell you, very, very happy with it. I haven't played it yet, obviously, but it feels incredible. And like you guys were just saying, I'm so glad it's not real. The only other thing I just need is I need one more humbucker for the for the neck position on the 6-string stuff.
How heavy is that?
Oh, Jay, I'll tell you, it's like a freaking tank. It's really it's hard to tell, but I mean, it's when you stand and play it, it always wants to go like this. It's very top heavy. So, you know, when I get the original Floyd for it, I'm going to put a big brass block in it just to, you know, counterweight it a little bit more so it goes back. I mean, it's fun. It's comfortable. It's just awkward. You know, it's weird, but definitely really cool. I'm dropping it off at my Guitar Tech probably Friday. The only thing I'm waiting for is a barrel jack to come in. I need a barrel jack for it. It's the last piece of hardware I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. Should be in tomorrow. Gonna drop it off and have him get it squared away. And the tricky part is going to be on this bridge is I have to have it notched out for 12 strings because right now it's only set for 6. So I'm just going to have it, you know, notched out. But it's definitely.
Wait a second. Is that a wraparound?
Yeah. Well, this is not the real one. I have the real one over there. It's a Schaller Badass. This is just a piece that I got just sitting in there right now, just for looks.
Hey, because you can use that and not have to notch it. You can use that and not notch it. I mean, that's the way, you know, Les Paul Juniors are. It's just their strings are wrapped right around.
Yeah, but there's only one notch in the saddle and it's 12 strings. You still have to have a notch for each.
Is there saddles in that?
Yeah. Yeah. There is. And I actually called Paul Unkert because he's the one that actually built this guitar for Eddie about a month ago. And I asked him, I said, Paul, can you remember what you did? And he said, all he remembered was it was a Schaller Badass. I mean, he can't remember way back in the 80s what he did. He thinks he probably just had blank saddles and he just double notched each saddle. I took, like I said, I have the original bridge over there, the real Schaller Badass wraparound. Now, 6 of the strings wrap around, and the other 6 go down to the gold tuners down in the bottom of the body. And then, you know, they all go up to the headstock, and then the main tuners with the big heads are the heavier strings of 12, and the lighter of the 6 are, you know, going the 3 ferrules on each side of the fork. So I know exactly how it's supposed to be. I just need to figure out. The one thing I'm having a hard time finding is those blank saddles. But there are 6 individual saddles that just have to be notched. And I think what I'm going to have to do is just buy 6 blanks. You know what I mean? Because if you notch the ones that are already in there now, the notch is in the middle. You know what I mean? They're not centered. So if you notch it to the left or the right, it's not going to line up exactly the way it is. So they have to be blanks, I think. So I'm going to drop it off this week and just say, here you go, dude. It's all yours. You know, make it fly. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun guitar. Never had a 12-string guitar before, you know. But
yeah, I've only messed with 12 strings in music stores, and they're super fun.
What do you think of them, Jay? Because honestly, I mean, I've been playing guitar for over 20 years, but I've never played one. How do they feel when you play it? Do they feel the same way fretting it, or?
I've only played acoustic 12 strings, but it's a little weird, you know. You know, we get used to a certain thing, certain string spacing and stuff, and then, you know, it's got to be perfectly tuned because if it's not, you're really going to hear everything. But no, it feels kind of different, but at the same time, it's really neat.
Yeah.
So.
Pain in the ass to tune, even more of a pain in the ass to change the strings. Yeah. Action's going to be higher because you have more tension on that neck.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Not something you want to solo on because it just doesn't sound good to solo on a 12-string.
Yeah. When Eddie played Secrets, did he do the solo on the bottom guitar?
Yeah,
he did. So he flipped the switch and then did the solo on the bottom. I was trying to remember that, and I didn't have a chance to check out a Diver Down show yet. So here's a question: when you tune those, obviously there's 2 low E's, there's 2 A's, you know, D's, G's, whatever, B, A, E. But the strings are a little bit different, the gauges. But do you still tune them to the same? Do you still tune them both to E, both to A, both to D?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just a different octave.
And the little string is always the first string. The little string and then the big string. The little string, big string, little string, big string.
Okay. Because, you know, honestly, I've never even played a 12-string ever in my life. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. It'd be kind of fun, you know?
Well, that's cool that the very first 12-string that you would ever play would be one that you made or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? So that's pretty cool.
That's kind of why I wanted to do this guitar. I mean, I've always been fascinated with this guitar for all these years. I remember I've been building all these guitars for, you know, over 20 years now. And like I said, honestly, I never really thought I'd have one of these because I never figured I'd find anybody to make it, you know, because everybody just kind of, over the last few years, everybody was like, I don't want to tackle that project. That's a little bit too much, you know. And there's a couple of guys that have done it. I mean, Scott's had one for a while. But, you know, finally, we kind of convinced Locke to do it. And then I was like, great, because, I mean, I said, I want this one to be the first one. So I'm kind of pumped this is going to be it, you know.
Hey, Rob, Max T asked before, what pickups are in that?
These are, they're all Duncan 59s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all.
You're going to put one of those in the neck of the.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I was thinking about, Jay, and I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a 59 just to keep it consistent because I'm pretty sure all Eddies were probably Duncans, I would imagine. And I got a good deal on 3 of them. I just need one more. I was actually contemplating just making this one dead and not even having this active because I'm not a big fan of neck pickups on Kramers. I never use it. On the 12-string, I wanted them both to work because, you know, I wanted that to be kind of the ultimate 12-string and have some different options with it. But I was kind of contemplating on just having this one be dead, not even have it active, just put a dummy in there or something that's not even wired. But I think after thinking about it, I'm probably just going to do the same thing, just put a Duncan 59, you know.
Are we sure that the pickups in Eddies weren't Shallers?
We're not. We're not. I mean, they could be Shallers. You know, I'm not sure. I just kind of was guesstimating that they were probably a Duncan. I mean, he was usually using mostly Duncans then, but, you know, you're right, Dave. I mean, they could be anything. They could be a Shaller. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure at all. And nobody that I've talked to really knows for sure, other than probably Ed, you know.
Do they make special pickups for like 12-string acoustic or 12-string electrics?
Good question. What are they just the same thing, or are they special pickups? That's
well, I mean, the strings are so close to each other that they will hit the pole pieces. So I don't see.
I just didn't know if a company made a certain pickup, like, oh, we tested this in a 12-string and it, you know.
Yeah,
makes
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
Because I was thinking like what Jay was thinking too. I was like, you know, should I put like a trembucker in there or something spaced a little differently? But, you know, that's actually another question I had. I'm glad you asked that because I was wondering if the strings were spaced close enough to where it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, that's fine because some guitars, I mean, I think my striped Wolfgang, like the high E isn't directly over the pole.
Yeah,
you know, it's a little low.
Yeah.
So it's no problem. So I'm just talking about, I'm not talking about an extra like 12 poles or whatever. I'm talking just maybe a special pickup that a company designed for a 12-string electric. I don't know.
Just voiced a little differently. Yeah. Yep. I know what you mean. Hey, how long you had that striped Wolfgang? Is that the same one Dave has?
Yes.
It is Dave's. No.
No, it's
yeah, I got that a couple months ago and then sent it out to Dave for him to put some stuff on it, had it FU toned a little bit, and he put a real Floyd on there.
Nice.
So yeah, it's cool. I like it.
I love your stealth, dude. That is awesome.
Oh, my microphone's blocking my guitars. Huh? Yeah, stealth is cool.
Yeah, that's one that I want to do one of these days. I want to get a stealth.
Do it.
Stealth. Yeah, I'm thinking of
do it.
I hate to say it, but Diamond Dave Lucy, I don't know. I might be coming at you, bro. I heard a rumor that you might be looking to get rid of that stealth. So if you're watching, I mean, I'd have to put a kill switch in it because it won't be right without a kill switch for me. But
how Johnny and Dave, how long ago that picture that Johnny that you sent us a couple days ago with Eddie playing a stealth, but it was like black on black, would had the like shiny black stripes.
Oh
on
yeah.
the body.
You're not supposed to know about that guitar. What's wrong with you?
How old is that picture?
2012.
2012. Yeah, that was taken backstage. 2012.
Because I was like, man, that looks awesome, and instantly I started thinking like, how could I do that to this one? You know, but
yeah.
The fact that this is the signature model, I don't know if I want to do that. You know, to this one.
Got to get another one, dude. You got to get another one.
Tell my wife that.
Yeah, I know. My wife used to be the same way. My ex, when I was married, she'd be like, "You really need another guitar?" I'm like, "Well, hon, yeah, I do." She was always good about it. She was always good.
It's not like that. It's just, I mean, if I asked her, she'd probably say yeah, but at this point, I don't really need it.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean? I know.
So,
How many guitars?
6 months ago, I didn't have either one of those. So
yeah,
you know.
How many guitars you got now total?
Just 5, and then
Nice.
an acoustic downstairs, and then a banjo back there that I have no idea how to do anything with.
I always thought it'd be cool as hell to learn how to play banjo. I've never been a huge banjo guy, but I got to say, watching people play the banjo has got to be the most incredibly talented thing. It's just amazing.
If you bust out a banjo at a party, you're the hit of the party instantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Well, I mean, all you got to do is tune it to open G, and that's how you play a banjo. I mean, then you got to know how to finger pick, but you can get around on one. They're pretty easy.
Yeah.
If you know open G tuning, you can play a banjo.
The Goo Goo Dolls, open G tuning, right there.
Yeah. Yep. And if you can sit in a tree branch, you're even better off. You know.
The straw hanging out of your mouth.
And if you can finger pick, you're even better.
Mm-hmm. Now that we've hijacked Johnny's show,
where is he? He's put the chickens to bed.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he fell asleep.
Dave, there was a bunch of questions earlier about where to get the dog clasps. This was very early on. Somebody saying they found
get them in a Tractor Supply store, or you can get them at usually the hardware stores that have them are your mom and pop that have the correct ones usually, because Home Depot and Ace Hardware do not have the correct brass ones, but any Tractor Supply store should have them in stock.
Yeah, mine didn't.
Well, I mean, you do live in South Carolina. There's really not much for
what?
There's going to be tractors there.
Are you kidding me? I'm in the South down here, and there's, I don't know. So, you know how many horse farms there are around me?
The East Coast, though. It's not like you live in the Midwest where, they got hay growing out of their mouths.
I know.
Hey, Dan. Yeah, you guys, I fell asleep. I'm sorry.
Good. So, Jared has a Chinese Stealth. It's the stainless frets. I just ordered, well, not ordered, but on eBay, I'm having a Chinese EVH neck shipped, and it'll be here Friday.
Nice.
Yep. And it's maple. Fingerboard's maple, so we'll see. We'll see
maple
if I like
fingerboard,
it.
huh?
Yeah.
Black headstock.
Cool.
Black headstock. Yep, maple.
Well, that'll be cool.
It's that. It's the same as that. That one.
Yeah.
Because that has a black headstock.
Yeah.
If you would have said that a half a second later, this would have been all over the what's that called?
The monitor screen?
My webcam.
Oh man, that's so funny. Hey, just want to give a quick shout out to William Kelly and his band Van Hagar. They are going to be coming to Holyoke, Massachusetts, which is about 30 minutes away from my house, on February 10th, Saturday. I haven't met the rest of the band, but you guys have all seen, Dave knows Bill Kelly, and I think he's seen the whole band Van Hagar, so he can probably vouch how awesome they are. I know I've seen Bill play before. The guy's phenomenal. But Pete Caruccio, I think Jimmy Carr is going to be there. I'm not sure. Dave might.
Somebody say it.
Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I was a little slow on the uptake there for a second. And
He's
Dave
here.
might even
I
be
think
able to
he's
make
here.
up.
Jimmy's here. I think I saw his name.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Carr's here.
Jimmy Ka.
He was
But,
here.
It's going to be a good time. Pete's coming up on Friday. He's actually driving up from New York. He's going to spend the night with me here at my place, check out my guitar room. And then Saturday, we're going to
sleep in there.
Yeah, sleep in there with Ed.
Yeah, he's going to sleep on the phone. Yeah.
Curl up next to the cardboard cutout.
Yeah, I'm going to lay it. He's right there. I'm going to lay it down next to him. Yeah. Pete will have his tongue out. It'll be like this the whole time.
Just don't leave your cat in the same room with him.
But yeah, it'll be a good time.
I don't know what that means, actually. I just figured it.
Yeah, we'll just roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely though, Dave, I asked you earlier today, but if you can make it up, I'd love to have you. You're more than welcome to stay here too.
I'll see what I can do. Can't promise, but I'll see what I can do.
I mean, Johnny J, you guys can come too, but you guys got a little bit longer of a drive. But.
Drive. Yeah. If I come up there, I'm not driving.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think if Jay comes out here, I don't think he'll be going back.
Why? Are you going to kidnap him?
No.
With that goatee and mustache and beard?
No.
Not going to kidnap him with that?
There's no snow. It's beautiful out here.
Dude, there's no snow here either.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll
and his wife is there.
I'll be at Jay's then.
I'm coming in. Yeah, see, Bob Miller says there's snow in South Carolina. That's more inland. I mean, we've had snow kind of like flurries here a little bit, a couple, like I think twice or three times in the 7 years we've been here. And I'm talking flurries, nothing ever crazy. But you go inland and they got some, like where Joe Wentz is.
Yeah.
They get some serious snow inland. So
where'd you come from, Jay? I mean, when you've been out there 7 years, where'd you move from when you were there?
Moved down here from New York.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Is that where you grew up? You grew up in that area?
I was born in Illinois and then moved to Jersey, then New York, and then down here. So, and I've spent a little bit of time in South Carolina, but a little bit more time in North Carolina. But I love the Carolinas. Oh gosh, I was down there for a training class about 8 years ago. South Carolina. Was it inland or was it along the?
It was inland. It was inland.
Oh.
I want to say Lynchton. Does that sound familiar?
No, George Lynchton.
Yeah, George Lynchton. I want to say it began with an L. Laxton, Lynchton, or something like that. We were down there for about 4 days for training class, and I loved it. It was great. And it's funny because I was down there in like February, and it was great weather. It was nice. I mean, it was cool. It was cool. It wasn't cold like here up in Mass, but it was beautiful. Yeah, I loved them.
We pretty much have like our winters are kind of like a couple months,
Yeah.
And then once like the end of February, even mid-February hits, it's like it's fine. It's fine down here.
So what's your temperature outside like right now? What are you guys at?
Right now.
What's the weather?
Right now.
Effing cold.
28 feels like 15.
Oh, yeah, I know. Desiree's really feeling it because she comes from Texas.
Well, they're having snow and stuff down there. It's colder there than
Don't give me that crap. You guys don't know what cold is.
Right now it's 37 outside, which is kind of cold, and it's going to hit 25 degrees tonight.
That is actually cold. That is cold.
Here's where we are right now.
And maybe I won't be moving back, Johnny.
There you go.
80 degrees.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Desiree.
I know.
But I know it's got to be killing you because I tell you, I love Texas. I've spent a lot of time in Texas, and I love it.
Yes.
Okay. Jimmy Carr just sent me a text, and I got to ask him if I can show you this. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Can I show this on line?
You ask him, and then you have to ask me, and I have to ask.
Oh
Jay.
no!
Jay has to ask Dave.
It's not bad. You guys would like to see it. I just want.
And then Dave has to ask Jimmy.
Yeah, it's got to do the circle.
Dave
Let's
has
see
to
what he
write an
says.
email.
This is really cool. I gotta say, this is really cool. He got a Van Halen tattoo. That's all I'm gonna say. On his
Left buttock.
Testicle. 1, 2.
Yeah, we gotta turn it around a little bit. No, I'm kidding. 180 degrees. No. Come on, dude. Get back to me, Mr. Carr. Let me know. Can I show this? Because this is pretty freaking cool. This is cool.
Somebody else just got one too. I saw on Facebook.
I saw that too. A big
They just
VH.
got like a blue. That wasn't Jimmy.
Hagar era VH. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, this is the old school.
Hey, 802 Blues. Oh, and what's his name?
Okay, he wants me to show it. All right, here we go.
Max T wants to send you a picture of a Kramer bass, Johnny.
Okay.
There's Jimmy Carr's tattoo.
Ouch, that had to hurt right on top of. Oh God,
That thing's huge.
I know, it's freaking massive. Look at that.
I'm talking about his chest.
Yeah, I know.
God, this guy's built.
Hey, Jimmy, you're turning me on, dude. You can't do that anymore.
Desiree, did you see this?
What?
Desiree, check this out.
Hang on.
Jimmy, you got to understand, dude. Jimmy.
I want to see this.
Tattoo.
I can't see.
I got hula girls on my,
Oh my
elbow.
goodness. That's cool.
Hey, Jimmy, I got to tell you, dude, you can't send me that. I've been single for the last 2 months, man. It's been really slow, and you're really turning me on.
If he,
I've been hanging.
Jimmy, if you're Russian, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
No, yeah. If he's Russian, don't invite him back to my house.
Yeah, they end up in Dave's bed.
Find him in my bed. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
Oh, gosh, that was so funny. That was so funny. I'll never forget that night. Julie and I go out there, and we're up
He
till
as well tell the story. Tell the story.
man.
He's going to.
That was a good night. It was a fun night.
Well, hey, Jimmy, that's a cool tattoo, man.
That is very cool.
Wow, is that probably one of the biggest Van Halen tattoos you've ever seen? I mean, it was like from like
Yeah,
what, there to there.
Yeah, it was like here. It was like this
On
this
me,
long.
well, I'm 5'3", so for me it'd be like from here to there.
Johnny's 5'3" and 29 years old.
Next time
Yeah.
he shouldn't use magic marker.
Hey, Johnny, can you show us your music, man?
The needle doesn't hurt that much.
Huh?
Nothing.
You want to see what's in the?
Yeah, I want to see Johnny's music, man. I just love that neck of his. That neck on that thing is just so awesome.
Okay, well, I'll leave you two alone. There we
Two.
go.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Jay's
'cause
gone
Jay
too.
left.
Bye. And then it was us.
And then there was
55 people watching.
what was I going to show you, Dave?
I don't know. Hey, Michael Smith. Sorry I didn't get a chance to say hello to you before.
I can't remember.
Michael Smith. Yeah, hello everybody. The Vigilant.
The Vigilance here too. A lot of people.
Michael Beatty.
Jimmy Carr says his wife got one too in the same spot.
Really?
No,
The same tattoo?
yeah,
In the
but
same spot. Mystery Dreams Music. Hey, Mystic Dreams Music.
Jimmy, that's cool, dude. I'm not going to show a picture of your wife on here, but that's cool. That's really cool. You two look so happy together.
Any of you guys have tattoos?
Yeah, I do. I got martial arts tattoos right here on my arm. And
That's the "Don't F with me" tattoo right there. Like, people see that, they're like, "All right."
yeah. And I got New England Patriots tattoos here. I got my kids here, so in a Christian symbol, but the fish. But yeah. How about you guys?
Nope.
Okay, why am I hearing an echo?
I don't know. I have.
What?
I'm hearing my own echo for some reason.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Carr is a walking VH billboard. Jim says. Jim, what else did you tell me? You said some other stuff. I have a tattoo of a tattoo.
Tattoo.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that is so cool.
I don't know if you can.
He's poking my eye out.
Oh yeah. Look out. There it is.
Look at that neck. That neck is so cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome. What happened to the 5150?
It escaped.
Are those stickers or is that paint?
There were stickers.
Yeah.
Stickers, and I just you know,
That's a cool guitar.
did some scratching the other day, and
What is that? Is that a 92, Johnny? 92?
I think so. I think so. I mean, if I take the neck off, it'll say, you know,
Well, what's the serial number?
I don't know. If I take the neck off,
It's right there on the back plate.
oh,
Dave's like, dude, you don't have to take the neck off to see the serial number.
I thought you were talking about the date when the thing was painted.
Yeah. Here, Johnny, take the neck off.
Should I read it? Should I read it on here? I mean,
It's really no way anyone could forge that.
okay. The serial number is 82715.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
It's a
Hold on, I gotta
92.
write it down.
It's a
Hold
92.
on, I gotta write. All right, say that again. I gotta write it
1, 2, 3, 4,
down.
5, 6. What was that?
It sounded like a kid, and not on my end either.
It's that chair that needs to be oiled.
WD'd.
This is a different chair though. Yeah, that is a cool guitar. I love that.
Yeah.
neck.
Yeah, Super Fuzz. Yeah, it's a 92. This was my main guitar for a lot of years. And the headstock and the neck actually were the same color at one point.
Ugh.
You know?
Blech.
Blech. And he's worried about people touching his French fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Though.
Speaking of this guitar, though, isn't today? Who would know this besides maybe Rob? Rob would maybe know this. Isn't today the anniversary of one of the NAMM shows where Eddie got up on stage and played with the Ernie Ball? Remember the cover of the Musician magazine?
Yeah.
Of Eddie and Steve Morris and Albert Lee?
Yep.
I think today's the anniversary of them jamming. The Biff Babies All Stars.
Yeah, Eddie had the red Music Man. Albert Lee and who's the other guy? Steve Morse.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are a bunch of nerds.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw it on Twitter. Somebody tweeted.
Okay.
Somebody tweeted it.
Uh-huh.
Johnny, I'll tell you one thing. That the pattern on that body, it looks flame top to me, but then parts of it sometimes look quilty. It's hard to say. That is really cool. I
always thought the top wasn't that great. I mean,
What?
huh?
No, it's cool.
No way.
It's
Did anybody else read that comment?
Oh, what? From Bob Miller. I heard about that earlier. Yeah.
How come nobody tells me this stuff?
No one asked.
No, that's something I should get a phone call from that.
From who? From what? Where? The Van Halen
You,
camp? Oh, Mike
from
Anthony just
Johnny,
left.
from Yeah, I don't care. Dave Nesbitt. Why is he?
Well, I read about it earlier. A guy in
It's all rumors.
a guy in Las
I know
Vegas,
it's rumors.
a promoter, some like promoter in Las Vegas, is the guy that said that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know.
Nothing is true until it comes out of their mouths. Really,
I know, but I'm just saying that's phone call worthy, though.
it is all propaganda.
Propaganda.
That's my Chekhov.
Well, I heard about it like an hour ago and then forgot.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because of that.
Mystic Dreams. Yes, I do recommend the Wolfgang special that came out last year. Good guitar. Or you can wait and get one of the new ones this year.
Yeah, see what's coming out this year.
Yeah, I have a feeling you guys are going to be excited about some cool stuff this year.
Yeah, I have a feeling
Maybe.
too.
Yeah, this
Light
close
beer.
to NAMM, you might as well wait and see what kind of finishes or whatever that they're going to be coming out with. I'd wait.
Mhm.
I'd wait.
Till the finishes come out.
Yeah. See what Eddie got up his sleeve.
We're a bunch of nerds. I don't know.
Be cool if they do like an orange thing.
Chevy orange. Yeah. Chevy orange red. Hey Jay, did you ever check this guitar out?
Yeah. I think I mentioned it in the chat when you changed it, that the black binding on that looked so good. And when you did the white binding, I know Eddie has that whatever, but the black binding looked so badass on that.
You know, I agree with you. I did like it. I did like it a lot. I never disliked it. But for some reason, I don't know. I'm just going to try it. And I do like this too. I think what I like about it is you can't get one. That it's a little bit different, but I know what you're saying. I mean, the black binding did look badass.
It did.
You know, with the chrome hardware, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
Cool thing about it is you can still get one, but you can't get one that looks like the one that Rob has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This was actually Dave's guitar at one point. I mean, it's a different neck, but I mean, it was Dave's body. I got Dave's body. I love Dave's body.
I know.
I do too.
A lot of people do. This body, forget it.
I saw somebody playing. Somebody
forget it.
Has a Wolfgang Stealth. Somebody has a Wolfgang Stealth that they blacked out. They put black EVH Wolfgang pickups in it. And it looks super cool. I was like, wow, that thing looks awesome. I got to find the picture of it.
Black hardware still too, everything.
I don't know. It might have had the chrome Floyd in it. But even just blacking out the pickups, I didn't think it would look cool because I was thinking like, how can I do anything to that guitar? Not that I would, because like I said before, it's the signature model, so I don't want to do anything like that. But I'm like, man, it looked really neat. I'm gonna have to find that picture.
I've never been a huge fan of all black pickups in Wolfgangs, but that does sound kind of cool. In a Stealth, it does sound kind of cool.
John
I didn't
Parsons.
think I'd like it.
John we got to start paying attention.
Yeah, we're not answering.
John Parsons says, I'm looking for an Eddie guitar. Have been looking at the PVs on Reverb and eBay. Crazy to do that? Or a new EVH might be less? Well, either way, you're going to be good. You know, the PVs are great. A new EVH, you're doing good either way if you get either guitar.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I just missed who said it. It went out, but someone just said they should release a green Wolfgang or a purple. I agree. I think green and purple would be cool.
USA, yeah.
Yeah.
They should do some different colors in USA. But no. I don't know.
Clayton James, what's up? Yes, it is Wolfgang Wednesday, my friend.
All right, okay. Fly Guy, what's the question? All right, we can talk while we're waiting.
Van Halen's going to be permanently in Vegas? Huh? All right.
Oh, like a residency? I doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
So, Dave, what guitar you got in your lap right now?
My Blue Crane.
Oh.
5150 Fly Guy says, guys, what is the most difficult EVH intro to play? Well, honestly, that depends on your ability to play guitar to begin with.
Yeah, that's true. I guess the only one that would come. There used to be times when I would say 5150, but that's actually easy for me now. Because I played it so much. I'm the one I used to struggle with. I really don't anymore.
It's the timing of that.
It's the timing. Play
that riff, and they can't get that little.
Yeah. The one that I would say that I still honestly have, I can nail it some days, and other days it just blah. For me, after all these years of playing, is Hang 'Em High. That is a really tough one. That's even harder than I'm the One to me, because you have to. You're doing that. You're doing that.
Time for some underwater love.
It's just the pattern is for me that's just tough. You're on the low E and the D string, and you're that's what it is. When you put it together, it's just tough because you got to string skip and you got to mute that A string.
It's that last little lick / run that he does before at the very end of the intro.
Oh, this one
before the drums come in.
It's something like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's tough, and like Jay said, when I'm the one, it's the same thing. It's timing.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm the one. The end of that intro.
Oh yeah.
When the drums come in, it's like, oh man.
Yeah, I love that.
I couldn't hear what you were playing, so I couldn't tell.
Are you talking about this one? Can you? I don't know if you can hear that.
No.
Yeah. That one, yeah. That's, and again, it's all just pull-offs. It's timing.
Timing and yeah.
So I mean, I guess I would say I'm the one, hang them high, have to right up there. They're not hard. It's not a hard concept to play it. It's just the timing and
there's a lot of details in Eddie's playing that even when you listen to it for years. Like I was telling you guys about the intro to Mean Street. Like I've heard the thing for years and years, and then like learning it, you really start to pick things out. You're like, holy crap, I never noticed that one little thing.
Yeah.
You know, and then I never noticed that one little thing. You know.
And you know what helps me too, Jay, is I don't know how about you feel, but when I get together and I like, you know, play with different guys, you know, when I get together and I go down and I see all right, well, when I play with Dave, you know, when I go down and I hang out with Dave, you know, it's like we'll be sitting there at night and we'll just be jamming like, you know, AFU or something like that. And Dave is like, he'll look at me and he'll be like, oh, that's cool. Well, here's how I play it. And then he'll show me how he plays. I'm like, oh, cool. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? And like when Hubbard would come up, Hubbard's been up to see me a couple of times. I mean, he's just an incredible player anyways. There was a couple of songs that Hubbard's like, how do you play that? And I played it and he goes, whoa, I never thought of that. And then he'll play something and I'm like, okay, that's why it's sounded like ass all these years when I play it. and usually it's like, it's something stupid. It's some stupid little thing, the little nuance that, you know, I just missed. Because once you get used to playing something the same way, you just do it that way all the time.
Well, especially if you, like I practice with a metronome. Yeah. And, you know, you start something slow and you build it up and it's muscle memory, right?
Right.
And the faster you go. And then all of a sudden, like I learned a lick. I don't know if I was telling somebody that. I was telling somebody this a couple of days ago. But I learned this one lick. I relearned it 3 times because I figured out a way to play it easier. And so I had to relearn it and then relearn it again because playing with a metronome, it's hard to but practice with a metronome. But you can constantly figure out different ways to either pick or finger a certain thing. Yeah. And guitar playing is awesome.
I should practice with the metronome more. I really should. I should use a metronome more. I mean, I don't use it as much as I should. I used to, but it's an imperative. It's imperative. Yeah.
I remember reading an interview with John Petrucci years ago in one of the guitar magazines. And he says that, you know, they asked him about how he plays such fast things, like so clean. And he said the first thing, he's like, a metronome. And at the time I was like, what the heck's a metronome? You know? So for years of playing guitar, I didn't know what a metronome was. And then once I started practicing with one, it really helped.
Except you watch him play one riff and you want to go to sleep because he's so boring.
Well, the one thing I will say about Petrucci is he's so
boring.
Well, the way he plays, everything's so economical, right? Where he's not out there, you know, really digging into his instrument. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But he is a great player.
Too mechanical for me.
I can understand that.
Now, Jay, are you self-taught? Did you take lessons?
The only lessons I took was Live Without a Net and the Doug Marks Metal Method VHS tape.
Really? That's cool. How many years you been playing?
Crap. How many would it be now? 25 years?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Years. But I really, for the past almost decade, I was telling these guys, I barely played for almost, I think, 9 years, maybe 8 or 9 years. I didn't play very often. And then when I started watching these guys, that fire for playing guitar got ignited again.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though we don't play on these things, you know.
No,
we did one. I take it. Well, actually, hold on. There was one time we tried to play. It was a Saturday afternoon about a year ago, and for some reason, I'll never forget. It was Saturday. Johnny was like, "Hey, let's do a hangout," and I'm like, "All right." I was just sitting around. It was a winter. It was in the middle of the winter, and there was nothing going on. It was like 2-3 o'clock. And Johnny's like texting each other back and forth, Dave, Johnny, and I. And Johnny's like, "What are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about?" And I'm like, "Well, let's do like a riff hangout. Like, we'll just ask people. You know, we'll all plug in, and we'll just have low volume." Of course, we didn't realize at the time it was going to sound like ass because it's all garbled and everything on the hangouts. But we're like,
and it's slightly delayed, right?
Alan wasn't here.
Alan Garber jumped in one time, but it wasn't this particular one. He might have been in the chat, but all we did is we started out kind of like just doing like riffs. Like we did like Hang 'em High, somebody want to hear Ain't Talking About Love. It was just like little riffs. But unfortunately, you couldn't hear anything because you get the first couple of seconds and then all of a sudden it just garbles out, It's too bad.
I remember the first time I learned how to palm mute. What?
I'm looking at Johnny. He's trying to say stuff, and
we keep cutting him off.
No. Word in inchwise.
No, I'm think of me as in the chat being ignored. Just I'm one of you. I'm like you guys. Huh?
Well, I'll ask this question. Get to what you were going to talk about, and then I'll ask you guys the same question I was about to answer for myself.
What? So, Jay, when did you learn how to palm mute? How did you learn that? How do you even learn? You just do it.
No.
Right?
I remember when I learned how to palm heel strike in martial arts.
Rosie Palm?
Yeah.
5 Blister Sisters?
Oh, gosh. So you were just like letting stuff ring loud like all those years? Like no palm muting? You were just like...
No, it wasn't like a year. It wasn't that long. It was like a couple of days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was such a metalhead. Johnny, do what you were going to do. And then, I feel like I'm cutting into your thing here.
Jim Nichols says, Doug Marks, Metal Method. He was awesome. When grunge came around, he turned into a lumberjack. No more spiked hair or leather jacket. Jim Nicholas says. Doug Marks, wasn't he Michael J. Fox's guitar teacher for Back to the Future? Was that Doug Marks?
Really?
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Possibly. Maybe. Somebody else has to know besides me thinking maybe it is.
Steve Anderson is here.
Steve, man.
Steve, how is Sri Lanka?
He said there's like wild animals everywhere.
Surprised he made it back.
Yeah, it's Sri Lanka for a reason. There's wild animals there.
Sri Lanka.
All right.
I would have said podcast, but I'm so backed up on those things. The last one I did was when we were on for Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's been like, yeah. Leave a thumbs up and take the thumbs downs away if you want me to start doing the podcast again.
So what was that moment when you started playing guitar that you were like, this is for me? I want to do this.
Dave Nesdall.
Yeah, everyone's going to answer.
Asking me to answer the question, or are you saying that I was?
You were the moment.
I was the moment for you. Wait, hang on. Okay.
Yeah. For me, it was. I mean, it's funny because I didn't start playing guitar until I was like 21, 22 years old. Actually, 22 years old.
29.
Yeah, and I always wanted to. I always wanted to play guitar. I was always a Van Halen guy. I was always a rock guy. You know, AC/DC. Always, obviously Van Halen since 84, 83, 84, when I really started listening to him. I was just like 10, 11 years old. But I always wanted to play, but I was too busy doing martial arts, so I never really had the time, didn't know where to go. And finally, I met my ex-wife at the time. We were just dating. I'm like, I want to do this. And for my birthday in 1996, she got me a little Fernandez Strat. And I signed up at the local music store with this awesome kid by the name of, I'll just say his first name, Matt. He was an Oriental kid, an Asian kid. Well, no, I mean, no, whatever. He was an Asian kid, and the kid played in a rock band. And this kid was
That shouldn't matter. That should.
Okay. It doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter.
What was he
because you're martial arts, maybe.
Yeah, it was martial arts. That's what.
Okay, well, there
because actually, that's how I paid. Actually, that's how I paid for I taught him martial arts. And this kid was just.
You taught him?
Yeah, I taught him. He'd never done martial arts, and I'd never played guitar, and it was like so backwards. You know?
The stereotype, Bauer.
With this hand, I could break your nose.
I showed him the 1-inch punch, Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch, and this kid was just awesome. And I took lessons from Matt for about a year, and got a little bit of theory and all the chords and stuff underneath me, and I stopped taking lessons. But for me, it was when all I wanted to know was Van Halen. Show me Van Halen. Show me Van Halen. Ain't Talking About Love, You Really Got Me, with the first 2 songs that I learned. And I'll never forget, I had this little Marshall practice amp, little 15-watt amp. And I was able to, it was like a Saturday, Sunday. I'm at my mom and dad's house. I was still living at home. I'm like, Dad, check this out. Da-na-na-na-na, da-na. I didn't even have the, in between. I didn't have that down. It was just da-na-na-na, da-na, and I was just like, wow, this is so much fun, hearing that distortion and all that stuff, That was it for me. And that was just like, boom, after that. I couldn't get enough.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Go ahead.
What was the question?
I was kind of saying not the moment you wanted to play guitar, but the moment like after you started playing that you were like, yes, I want to continue to do this. But don't answer again though. I think I got it all. No, but you kind of said it when you were playing the Van Halen stuff. It was just like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, that was it, man.
And Eddie likes the show, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
This show is a hoot.
Yep.
What about you, Dave?
When I noticed that none of my friends could do what I was doing, and I had my own identity.
Hmm.
When he noticed all his friends had girlfriends.
Oh gosh.
Rando, I'm 5'2". Thank you. And then what? My turn?
Yeah. What was the question?
What was the question?
After you started playing guitar, like when you first started playing, what was that moment or thing that you were like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to continue to play guitar. And that really made you fall in love with it.
Well, besides just enjoying playing or whatever, when I first picked up the guitar, I was only playing for like a week, literally, and I played in front of my whole class at school, like on a stage.
Damn.
Prodigy.
Without peeing your pants?
No. But I think just kind of like why we do these things, just entertaining people, And then after that year, was it after that? I had to go to summer school because all I did was skip school and play guitar. So I had to go to summer school, and the way I got out of doing summer school was taking my guitar to summer school and playing for all the classes there as well. So I was playing in front of audiences like after I'd only been playing for like a week, a month,
Oh man.
or whatever. and I enjoyed just playing in front of people.
Ham.
So that's kind of like, you know, doing these things. I enjoy, you know, talking to people on the
old boob tube.
On these things.
Johnny enjoys just sitting there not being able to talk because I keep talking.
Not being able to play guitar on this thing.
Yeah.
No, I think the moment I did was when just learning that the palm muting was like, I just instantly was like, that's how you do it? That's so cool. You know, it was like,
yeah.
A lot of metal bands make their living that way.
Yep. And the power chord. Some people call it the rock chord. I call it the power chord. You know, because not knowing anything about guitar before you start playing guitar, you know, everything's like one finger, you know, one finger everywhere. But then you're like, wait a minute, you know? It's how, like, basically every song.
But you literally didn't have any lessons, Jay. You just watched live without a net.
I never went to a guitar lesson or anything like that. It's just watching people. And then, excuse me, we had guitar in high school, a guitar class. But the only thing they taught was, like, you know, Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah.
And the only, like, real song they taught was Day Tripper from the Beatles.
Yeah.
And it was all single note stuff and the, you know, the chord progression behind it. And I failed guitar class in high school.
That was one of the first riffs I ever learned was Day Tripper.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that's why it was in guitar class, but I didn't fail guitar class because I sucked. I failed guitar class because I was on the other side of the room playing Metallica and Megadeth while everybody was over in a circle, you know, playing, you know, Starlight, Star Bright or whatever. So.
Yeah. See, that was the thing, you know, honestly, Jay, I've been playing now for, like I said, probably 22 years, something like that. And I took lessons for a year the first time. But when I took lessons through this guy I was telling about, Matt, all we did was just jam. You know, we only played, like, show me, you know, how to play Best of Both Worlds. So I'd be there for an hour, you know, he showed me da 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 da, you know. So I was like, cool. The next lesson, hey, show me how to play I'm the One or this or that. So he was like, don't you think we should learn some theory here? And I'm like, no, just show me Van Halen. So after, like, you know, 9-10 months, I was like, all right, I know the chords. I don't need this guy anymore, because I was too stupid to know at the time that I needed to get some theory under me. So all these years, I just learned how to play by ear. And yeah, I can sit down and play guitar.
Lucky you. That's the best, in my opinion. Sometimes that's the best way, because you're using these things as opposed to just looking at something or having somebody show you. You're actually using your ear.
Right. And that's that.
I never learned theory or anything like that.
Well, see, that's the point I'm trying to make, because here's the thing: is a year ago, I was doing these shows with Johnny and Dave, and it's like, I thought to myself one day, I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe it'd be kind of fun to take some lessons again. Not to learn, you know, technique, so to speak, but just get more, you know, figure out the theory stuff. I mean, I know what key I'm playing in and stuff like that. But so I found this guy a couple of towns away, and I started taking lessons. I made it 2 classes, because he had me playing Mary Had a Little Lamb. This stuff was seriously, but no, when I'm serious, it was just boring to me. I was just like, I don't want to do that. It's not fun.
No,
you know what I mean? I wasn't enjoying it, you know?
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of kids stop playing after their first lesson, is because they hear rock and roll music. You know, you grow up listening to Van Halen and Led Zeppelin and Rush and all this stuff. I want to play that. And then you sit down and you're playing, like you just said, Mary Had a Little Lamb. And I know you have to, you can't just instantly pick up a guitar and play, you know, play stuff, but there's ways to make it fun. And yeah,
absolutely.
Podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. You just have to get them excited, you know, and keep, you know, if you're first learning guitar or some instrument or whatever it is, you just have to keep, you know, as a teacher, just keep them interested and keep it exciting and keep reminding them, you know, well, hey, I know it's frustrating. I know you have no idea what you're doing, but think about the songs that you want to learn and keep that as
well. That's the thing. You have to see progress in order for I think this is anybody. I mean, if you're doing something that you're interested in, and after a few weeks, months, you see no progress, you know, but that's the thing. You have to do certain things to make it fun. And if you know, it's just, I don't know. I wonder if I ever should have had lessons, or I don't know.
Well, I don't think it hurt. I don't think that would hurt you.
Yeah.
I don't think lessons hurt. You know, it's what you do with them that is, you know, what really counts.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Miller asks, guys, do you really think EVH's live amps are off-the-shelf stock models? Yes, I do.
I would agree. I think in the older days they were hopped up. The Marshalls and maybe even the earlier 5150s, I think they might have been a little bit different. But lately, the EVH stuff you're getting, again, I'll agree with Dave. It's totally stock.
Yep.
It's the same sound.
Right. He wants to be able to go anywhere in the world and create the sound that he has if he doesn't bring his own rig. So the only way to do that is to use what is being made.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, quite frankly, you know, all of us who have his amp, we pretty much get his sound exactly.
Yeah.
It's just his fingers that are missing. And some people even have that.
And also pick up the 5150 overdrive pedal. You can plug that into anything and get a tone very similar to that amp.
That is a great.
I've done it. I've heard it. What else? There was something. I don't know.
Words, some numbers.
Hey, Johnny.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, you know, Jay or anybody watching this, all 58 of you, it's never too late to take lessons on whatever it is that you do, because you're always going to be learning. Nobody has ever mastered anything, you know.
That's a good point.
The one thing I'd like to get better at, you know, I don't know any theory. If you told me to play a certain scale and a key of whatever, I'd be like, what? So
that's the same with me.
Yeah, but like every solo that I've ever written, I can't get in like I can't sit in with a band or go to an open mic night and get out there and start playing solos. I cannot do that.
Well, that's what you need to work on. You need to work on your
getting out.
Yeah, getting out of the house. No, but I can
snowed in.
I sit down and I plan out solos note for note.
Right.
And I think that can be unique though. It's like you're not playing a certain scale. You know, you're like, okay, this note, that note together, that sounds kind of neat.
Well, like Eddie said, Jay, if it sounds good, it is good. You know, that's what he's always said.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that can kind of make you unique as well, make your sound unique if you're not typically like staying inside a certain box or whatever. But yeah, I can't just sit, you know, oh, I'm gonna fire up some backing tracks and just wail to it. I can't do that. I'll embarrass myself.
You and I sound a lot alike, Jay. I mean, I can sit down and learn pretty much any song, and I can, you know, feel my way around, and I can write music. But I'm kind of like weeding my way through it because I don't really know what I'm doing. I know what sounds good, and I know certain chords and certain patterns, you know. And you know, I hate to say it, but I kind of, you know, and I agree with Dave. I think lessons are good. I think getting out is good. I think having a level of improvisation skills are good. But I also I just enjoy, you know, I'm not comparing myself to Ed. I'm just taking some different things that Ed has said over the years, and I try to apply it to what I do. If it sounds good, it is good. Fall down the stairs and hope you land on your feet. I mean, how many times have we heard that guy say that over the last 30, 40 years, you know? I love to sit down and just pick up the guitar and just noodle around. And 90% of the time, I'll play something and I'll be like, whoa, how did I do that? And I'll try to do it again and I can't. You know, and it's like, it's just because you just kind of, I love the stuff that you just stumble onto. That's the stuff that's just awesome to me, you know? And like sitting down and playing with Dave when I go out to see Dave, you know, we'll just sit there and kind of go back and forth and noodle around. Hey, how'd you do that? Hey, how'd you do that? and you know, I'll watch him do something, and I'm just like, oh, that's really cool. Or playing with like Hubbard or something like that, or just guys like you. Those to me are the most fun times, and that's what I love about playing guitar. You know, it's just the experience of just finding stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Johnny, how do you like that Echoplex pedal?
I thought he was gonna say, Johnny, how do you like the squeak? The squeak
Yeah.
in my chair.
Yeah.
I love it. What?
Johnny, you sound really good.
Thank you.
That was my chair.
Yeah, it's a great pedal. It's an amazing pedal. I love it. I was you know, writing some stuff with it the other day. But I was going to say to Jay, or to everybody, anybody that's listening, you know, there is a really great there's an art to improvising as well.
Mm-hmm, there is.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
whether you're sitting there playing to a backing track or you go out to the local, you know, blues jam on Sunday night, get up there and plug into whoever's rig, play, you know, along with whoever's playing. You know, I know it can be scary. You know, literally it can be scary because, you know, the guy on the bass and the drums, the other guitar player, they all know each other and they're all against you. This has happened to me. You know, the first note you play, they're watching you. You know what happened to me though? Can I talk? Can I talk for a minute? I went to do this blues jam. Oh, this was years ago. This is way too many years ago. I went with this singer that I was kind of working with, and I'd gone out to the bar to get a beer or something. I came back not realizing the singer had untuned my entire guitar.
What?
Before I was supposed to go up. Yeah.
That sucks.
So I get up on stage and I didn't have a pedal board or anything. You just get up there and you just plug in, you just play. You know, I start playing. I immediately realize I'm entirely out of tune. I see the kid, you know, laughing, you know, and I got the bass player, the drummer, telling me, "Dude, get out of here."
Really?
Yeah.
Did your guitar sound like this? Was it like tuned to?
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, and that was on stage, you know, in front of, you know, whoever was sitting there, you know.
Yeah, that's a rotten thing to do.
Yeah, yeah. But as far as improvising or whatever, the way I look at it, improvising is almost like writing. It's almost like writing your own stuff.
Yeah.
You know. And as far as the question earlier about what did you think about when you first started playing the guitar or whatever, I've really been into creating and writing my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would much rather write my own tune that I liked than learn a tune by somebody else.
Yeah. Well, it started like that. It started.
I get more out of that.
When you start playing guitar or any instrument, it's I want to learn how to play this song, this song.
Yeah.
And then once you know, I got into the band thing, you know, for a few years we'd play a couple covers, but we started, you know, writing our own stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like we just played our own music. You know what I mean? We didn't play any covers anymore. So yeah, writing your own material is it's a different thing, you know, because you don't get that same feeling that you get from playing other people's stuff. It's a whole different thing, and it's hard to, if I tried to explain it right now on the show, it wouldn't make any sense. But
does any of this make sense to anybody?
So when you're writing something, you have no idea if it's good. You know what I mean?
So when you guys sit down and you write, though, do you actually write notes out, or do you actually just like play something and then track it and be like, oh, okay, that sounded cool, and you record it? That's how I do it.
You just come up with bits and pieces of stuff, you know, riffs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, if you create like a back catalog of riffs, you can remember. Like you come up, you know, I could pick up that guitar and come up with something cool, and then think back, you know, oh, I came up with something, you know, 3 years ago that would fit perfectly behind this part.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like what happened with Eddie and Sammy with Right Now.
Yeah, I mean, he had that written back in '83.
Yeah, when he had the whole idea for the lyrics and the melody for the verse and the chorus. And then what was it? Eddie was just screwing around on the piano, and he started playing a part of Right Now. And Sammy was like, "Hold on a second, I have something that's perfect for that." And then boom, the song just flew out.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. When you have a writing partner, you know, when you're in a band or you're working with a singer, or if you're a singer and you're working with a guitarist or whatever it is, you know, if you have somebody you can work with and to create stuff together, you know, to me, there's nothing else like that. Like I was saying earlier, it's great to learn, you know, the newest, you know, top 40 hit song or whatever, and everybody can use that.
Well, not anymore.
Well, you can always go out and play it. You know,
old top 40 hit songs, yeah, but not the new stuff.
Well, now you'd have to be a
you don't need this.
What's it called? What's it? EDM? What?
Yeah,
yeah.
What is it? You know, the drop. You know, yeah. You can do all that stuff on your phone. I mean,
I know.
I'm a producer, man.
Yeah.
DJ. But no, but there's nothing like creating your own thing, your own song.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying, you know, it's cool to be able to learn, you know, the newest, you know, song by whoever. It's cool, and you can always use that because everybody knows it. You can always go out, and if somebody says, "Hey, play something," you can play that, and everybody, oh, that's great because they all know the song.
Yeah.
But to me, there's nothing like spending an evening with your guitar and coming up with your own thing. It's like giving birth to something that you didn't know was in there, right? And next thing you know, at the end of the night, you've got something you can listen to, and it came from nowhere. I mean, I don't have any kids, but it came from nowhere. And it's like, wow, how did I create this? I can't believe it. And if you wake up the next day and you still like it,
then it's, that's the key.
Then it's like, wow, this is great.
Yep.
You know, that's so funny too, because I look at, I've always, you know, from doing martial arts now for 28 years, you know, playing guitar for, you know, 22 years. I'm more of a professional martial artist than I am a guitarist. Obviously, I'm more of a hobbyist as far as the guitar is concerned. But both of them are, to me, I mean, you're an artist. You know, being a musician it's an art form. You're an artist. You're creating something. So it's kind of funny just sitting here listening to you guys kind of go back and forth talking about writing music, you know, and like listening to Johnny and Jay talking about, you know, the inspirations that, you know, they get from when they record something, and like Jay talking about, you know, playing covers for a while, and also boom, they're doing their own stuff. And then Johnny talking about sitting there for an evening, you know, playing guitar and creating something. You know, I try to do that, and I can do that sometimes. I'll sit down with my guitar and I'll write different riffs and stuff. Never written a full song, but it makes me kind of smile inside, because I'm like, you know, as far as martial arts is concerned, a lot of times, you know, from all the different katas and forms that I know all these years, yeah, I can do all the different forms and stuff that, you know, have come up through all the past generations. But now it's like one of the things I love doing when I go out and I train is coming up with my own kata. I mean, yeah, you're doing the same blocks and techniques and all that stuff, but
talking some new kicks.
Talking some new But you know, it's funny because they're all art forms. You know, a painter, you know, just creating something, a musician creating something on an instrument, a martial artist creating a form of something. It all comes from somewhere else. It just, you know, like Eddie always says, we're just a vehicle.
Well, it's
fascinating.
Because if you think about, like, when you compare painting and music, right? A painter can look at a blank, what are they called? That white thing?
Canvas.
A canvas.
There you go. A blank canvas. Before they even pick up a brush and know what it's going to look like, right? They can see it. And it's same thing with music. It's like, you know, obviously when you're writing music, you don't really know where it's going to go, but mentally we can kind of play through and write a song and know where we kind of want it to go, even though we can't see it from the get-go. But it's the same type of thing, you know, and people that, you know, I have one friend that's really good at art, and they're like, how can you write a song? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just, you play and you hear things in your head and you play them. And I'm like, well, I think the same thing. How do you look at a blank canvas and know where it's going to go and know what it's going to look at?
Right.
So it's all unique, and I can't paint or draw anything. So we all have different talents,
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
It's so true. So true.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know. You never know what you're going to do, but it's all about, I mean, anybody can have technique, it's like you go to Guitar Center, there's some, 10-year-old sitting there, doing this and
Wait, what was he doing? This?
doing doing that.
At Guitar Center? No.
Well, anybody, anybody can play. Anybody can play.
Yeah.
But as far as reaching inside you and dragging out dragging out, something that only you can do as far as create. Because not everybody can hear what you hear. As far as the tinnitus and the wind and all the stuff, all the crap that I hear. Nobody else hears that but me.
Well, it's like, what was that story Eddie told back in like '84 to Lisa Robbins or whatever when he wrote Girl Gone Bad? Remember he was sitting in a hotel room with Valerie or something and he went in the closet with his little machine and he heard the verse to Girl Gone Bad, and he just hummed it because he didn't have a guitar.
Yeah, they were in South America or something, and it was like 3 a.m. or something. He didn't want to wake her up, so he hopped in the closet and he just hummed it. He hummed the riff to that into a little tape recorder.
Yeah.
So you've told me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He was there.
Well, that's kind of how I write my solos. I don't sit here and just noodle. I kind of, in my head, have like a melody and, and I'll try to figure out the parts out of, you know what I mean? And sometimes I can't figure it out. I'm like, man, how can I play that? But I think a lot of singers figure out their vocal message from a guitar.
Yeah.
They'll have the song playing or whatever, and they'll sit there with a guitar and figure out a vocal melody with a guitar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Zeke, your question. I guess when I was in my early 20s, I was maybe a little more cocky, and I looked at martial arts, from more of a combative type thing. I mean, it is a combative type art. I mean, there's combative elements to it, but I don't look at martial arts that way anymore. Really, to me, martial arts is a way of life. I mean, they're you're practicing defensive type aggressive techniques in what you do, but for me, it's more of a way of life. It brings me balance.
You're like a Jedi, pretty much.
Yeah,
and it's all defense, right?
I mean, it is. I mean, it's to me, it is. I mean, it's defensive. I mean, I as far as the fighting stuff, I spar and I still do all that stuff, but I don't compete like I used to anymore. I just, I did it for so many years. It's not really an interest to me. I train every day, but for me, it's a defensive thing. I don't walk into a room and be like, yeah, I'm all that. I mean, to me, it's the opposite. I walk into a room and I look at it more from a, how can I help people? How can I communicate with people? I want to connect with people. I like to make friends,
How can I help them back up?
Right. I train so I don't have to fight. What movie is that from?
Well, it's from The Karate Kid. It's what Dave's talking about. And everybody picks on The Karate Kid, but people pick on that movie, but it's funny because that one quote in that original movie from 1984 has so much truth to it in a lot of ways. He's saying, I forget, they're on the boat and he's doing all, the outside lorry blocks and all that stuff.
How on, max off.
Yeah, and he says, how am I going to get good or something like that? And Miyagi says, well, then that's what you think, then why train? And he's like, so I don't have to fight. And it's true because martial arts is based off of all that combative stuff. It was made for warfare if you go back far enough, but it's also about serving. It's also about becoming a better human being. And if you look at the Bushido code, which is what I practice and with my students, 99% of it is loyalty, respect, humbleness, serving your family, serving your peers. So I don't really look at it that way.
Man, if that's the truth, I should be a 5th degree to black belt.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that YouTube video where Karate Kid is like cut up a different way and it makes Ralph Macchio look like the bad guy?
No, I never saw that.
Oh, it's awesome. You're like, wow, what a little piece of crap he is. He started it all.
I saw the trailer for Mary Poppins where it looked like a horror movie. You ever see that one?
No. What the heck are you guys talking about? Mary Poppins. Oh man.
Yeah.
But all this stuff though, I mean, whether you're talking martial arts or playing guitar or painting, I mean, it really is. I mean, it's fascinating to see what the creative process is,
I think what's fascinating about it is everybody has different talents and different visions and can do different things that
yeah that's definitely true. Jay, what kind of rig you play through?
Well, I have a 6505.
Yeah, nice amp.
I have a Marshall JMP1 that goes through a Mesa Boogie Simulclass 290 power amp, and I have a Kemper. So if I were to play live or something, I'd either use the JMP1 with the Mesa power amp or the 6505.
Yeah.
Because my Kemper's the lunchbox Kemper.
Right.
So it's sitting right here, but it's awesome. I would run that through the power amp as well.
Nice. But, can you run like a wet, dry, wet setup on your rig or?
No, I only have one 4x12 cab. So I don't have that capability right now, but in my Kemper, I looked online of people doing that wet, dry, wet kind of thing.
Yeah.
And right now I have it going directly into Pro Tools just so I can sit here and noodle. And It sounds really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not as good as having it run through an amp and everything, but for what I'm using it for, it's awesome. Sounds great.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, just hearing you noodle a couple minutes ago, it didn't sound that garbled. I mean, the noise didn't distort out. Sounded
I don't know how loud. I mean, I'm playing through a little tiny,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the Yamaha little practice.
Those things are so cool. Those things
sound great. It sounds great. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great amp, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love that thing.
It's got effects and everything in it.
Yeah, it sounds really good. I have Dave to thank because I was going to get the Boss Katana. He was like, "Wait a minute, look at the Yamaha."
Yeah.
So.
What do those things go for? Those
Yoda.
Yamahas.
Just call me Yoda from now on.
You got to put your hood up first.
Master Yoda now.
This
Yoda!
is the smaller one. What, the THR5 or something? This one is.
Yep.
I think they go for about 200, but
Johnny, what's the matter with you, man?
That's what you call a rapper that quit school.
Yo!
That's a rapper's rap.
Oh my!
They don't know anything. And I do love rap music, so just kidding.
Funny stuff.
Stand by, guys.
You could probably get them for about 180 to 190.
I got to grab one of those.
They sound, dude. You can power them from, I think they take 6 AA's, and it comes with the power adapter as well.
That's so cool.
6 AA's.
6.
You take 6 of them.
6 AA's.
Duracell.
6 Duracell AA's.
I can't do that.
I just want to kill myself when I do that.
Stand by, gentlemen. Be right back.
Oh no, it's just me and Dave again.
Oh, hi. Well, hi. How are you? Oh, that sounds like my tummy. Oh, oh boy.
So how's everything going, man?
You know, I'm doing okay. You?
Doing all right. I noticed in Rob's avatar, he has the purple shorts on.
Yeah, and I'm in the background like miserable because it's so loud in that room. Can you see me in the background like with my hand up? And I was.
Oh, I saw the video. I saw the video of that.
So it was so painful being in that room with everyone turned up to 50. It was ridiculous at how loud.
Too loud, man. Too loud.
You ain't kidding.
And it was
cold. And it was cold in that room. It was like a meat locker in there.
And he had the purple shorts. But wasn't it like a MIDI drum kit? It was an electronic kit, right?
Well,
so
the electronic kit was like trying to be heard through the PA.
Oh.
Everything was pumped through the PA. It was just so loud. It was ridiculous how loud it was.
Man.
It's like being at the garden. That loud.
So Citizen Kane has this exact amp. It's killer. Well, actually, I think he said he has the 10.
He has the 10.
Yeah, the 10. Which definitely has more options and more you can save amps like when you go online and type it or load up the software.
Mm-hmm.
You can save certain amps to this. This one doesn't have that capability. But like I said, I don't need it for that. All I need this for
is to play at low volumes.
Just practice. I don't want it to have that many options because then I'd be sitting here screwing around with it too much instead of playing.
Right.
So I have the Kemper for all that extra goodness. Yeah.
Wow. That was something else what you just did there.
I was trying to do my Macho Man, but that wasn't that great.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Macho Man. Speaking of that, where'd Rob go?
He said he'd be right back. It's been about an hour now.
Well, if he said that in a horror movie, he won't be coming back.
Wow. How'd you learn to do that?
That's one of the cool. I'm telling you, the beginning or the riff.
Next time, use the tremolo arm on your guitar
instead of doing this real fast.
That's what that guy did to me in that blues bar, man.
Judgment Day, man. When he does that, it's like I remember the first time I saw that. I was like, how cool is that to write a riff doing that? You know?
He also does that in the middle of Cathedral live.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what that means.
What means?
The sound of that. The meaning behind that. That thing you just did.
Well, tell us.
We know what you're talking about.
What's the meaning? Come on, what's the frequency, Kenneth? Hurry up.
You simulated an earthquake. That's like the world ending, is what that is.
Is that how he explained it?
I don't know.
The world according to Edward.
No, I didn't make that up. But if you think about it, that's what that is. What? Max T, you texted me? You texted me a Kramer bass? Wow.
Man, how'd that get through the text?
Well, Dave, that's the beaming. The beaning. Can you guys bean me some stuff?
Johnny bean me?
Bean me a Kramer bass, please.
Bean me up.
Rob says beat me up.
Yeah.
Do you like that, Rob? You like that?
I do.
My phaser?
I like that.
Actually, I'm gonna have a laser come out of it. Actually,
that is so cool.
Pretty cool, and you can see the dilithium crystal on the inside too.
Oh God!
Yeah, good thing I don't have headphones on.
That's worth of my chair.
Nothing is worse than that chair.
You just cured my tinnitus, man.
Sorry, listen, I'm a Star Trek fan. What can I tell you? I'm like a giant boy. Oh, I just killed myself. Shot myself in the throat.
That's true,
cool,
Desiree. Is he a giant boy? Underneath that hoodie, he's a giant boy. Okay, where's that Kramer bass you texted me?
Oh man, that's so funny.
Michael Beane wants to know Jay, where do I get those hats with the bill on the back? Oh man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
As long as you don't get the bill at all.
I'm actually wearing this hat forward. I'm just sitting backwards. Yeah.
Oh. And you got the orange guy on your shirt.
Yeah, the alien guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing the shirt backwards too.
Hey, so we did get some text messages. One of them was from Robin. Hi everyone, Robin from San Antonio watching. First time. It's chilly here. Going to be 27 degrees tonight. Like your show and hope to learn some cool stuff. Thank you, Robin, man. Or person. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. These guys like to they like to talk.
And you like to not.
I like to listen. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the Kramer bass. I see that. Looks like it's at a Guitar Center. Did you get this already? I don't want to show this and have somebody, you know, swoop over there and grab this. That's what tends to happen. But that's
Do you
cool.
have any finger ease, Rob?
Finger ease?
Yeah.
Sound like nut butter? Dave talks about nut butter.
Oh.
Finger. I used to use finger ease.
Well, because Kenny Dave was telling Rob to put some on his chair.
Yeah, I gotta put some grease on it.
That'll take nut butter, I think, for that.
Yeah,
Nut
Dave
butter.
Dave says nut butter.
Nut sauce.
Butt nutter. Here we go. There's the Kramer bass. Very cool. I mean,
oh, that is cool. Five string, huh?
Five strings?
That is cool.
Five string.
There's five strings on that thing. There we go. It's got the reverse headstock.
That is cool.
What else?
Yes, Mike, I have to walk backwards as well. And I actually play guitar lefty, but I have to play backwards guitar, so I had to get a righty guitar.
Yeah. So what? Are you close to good? Because we're going on.
Well, you didn't talk about NAMM at all. NAMM's coming up next week, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Is that happening? Well, it's probably too late to talk about it.
we got more people in here now than
63.
Yeah.
63 people sitting here. Uh-oh. Don't get Jay started on that.
Yeah, don't make me tear it apart.
Showdown.
Tear it up.
He's not listening. Rob has his headphones plugged right into his guitar.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Charlie asks if I've ever played a Nash Telly. Yes, I actually owned a Nash Esquire, the Jeff Beck model Esquire for a while. It was a great guitar.
Nice. Yeah, those things are great. We have a store here in Santa Cruz that carries Nash stuff, and that's some quality stuff.
Yeah,
I'm afraid to touch the stuff.
Very good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Didn't Nash years and years and years ago actually make like a Kramer 5150?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't remember that.
I haven't seen one.
Like years ago.
Possibly. I mean, maybe.
Maybe. That's my line.
Maybe. Yeah. Yep.
Dave, have you played any of the reissues of the RG550?
No, I haven't. I think that it's supposed to be a great guitar, though.
Yeah, I haven't either. But as far as what I've read,
but I did play one of the new gems. The old ones are better.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I've read a lot, even on the Universe ones, the reissues of the Universe. Same thing. It's like the new ones are really good, but they still don't compare to the originals.
But the thing is, if you're going to get, you know, the new ones are $3,500, and to buy an old one, to buy like an '87 Loch Ness Green, they're like 10 grand now.
Yeah, you're gonna be
ridiculous how expensive they are.
But if you're gonna spend $3,500 on a guitar, it better be damn near flawless and perfect.
If I'm gonna spend $3,500 on a guitar, it's gonna be a Wolfgang and not a Japanese Ibanez. Not for that much money.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a Japanese Ibanez to begin with, but it's not $3,500 guitar, in my opinion.
The newer ones?
Yeah, the newer ones, yeah. So, Rob, somebody was mentioning before about the Yamaha amp, the THR-10, the green one, I guess.
Yeah.
It's got like a bunch of Brown sound and Van Halen settings. So
yeah, I saw that. That looked pretty cool.
Yep.
So they come with different settings. Like I've seen these amps, but I've never.
This one has 5 different amps. It's got a modern, which is like the high gain.
Yep.
The British high, which is, I guess, you know, kind of Brown soundy ish, but it's not really fat sounding. So I just dialed down the gain on the modern. Yeah. And it's got lead, crunch, and clean. You can't save any settings on this one, but the one he has, the 10, you can save. I don't know how many amps you can save on it, and when you fire up the software that comes with it, you can go and they have like a rig exchange and everything like that, and you can download people's amps.
That's pretty cool.
So
that's pretty cool. See, I always thought those were more like a Roland Microcube type amp. Those things like on the same line, but I guess it sounds to me like those Yamahas are a lot more high tech than that.
Way better. Way better. The Microcube is cool. Don't get me wrong. They were great, and they still are. But this Yamaha amp is it's phenomenal for what it is.
I'm really happy with it.
They're real small too, aren't they?
That's hopefully not what she said. But look at this thing. I put the 5150 stickers on it. You know,
that's the Edward Van Halen model.
He sent it right to me. Ask him. He's in the chat. He'll tell you. But
that is awesome.
See, it's got the right there. What amps?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's only has, you know, it's got one tone knob. It doesn't have like you know, lows, mids, and highs like the other model has.
Right.
But it's got a little. You can plug in your iPhone or iPod right to it and play music through it. You know.
Oh, dude, that is awesome.
But it sounds really good. So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like that's like your little practice, kind of like just noodle around low volumes at night amp. Yeah,
because I can bring it downstairs and stuff and just hang out and play down there.
Yep.
Which is very helpful.
Yeah,
especially with a 14-month-old, you know.
Oh yeah.
I can't just come up here and disappear for 5 hours.
Right.
Where I want. So I can bring that down there and just noodle around.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so what do you guys say? Is it time to go?
What?
Time to go?
Yeah. I got to get out of here.
Where are you going?
I got to check his bed.
I gotta take the trash out. And again, somebody was talking about the NAMM show. Yeah, that's coming up. And here's a hint. If you guys have not seen this yet, a hint of something to come, right there. Which looks like a what? Special?
No, that's not a special. That's a
standard.
I wonder if there's going to be any new USA models.
None.
Oh, what a bummer.
We don't know that.
Okay.
Dave.
I still don't understand what that is. I don't get it.
Dave.
I don't get it, nor do I want it.
Maybe the NAMM show will bring a new #1 Edward Van Halen model.
Not going to happen.
I know.
No Winger Wednesday to Beane. Thank you very much for the comment earlier, man. Very, very cool of you. Go back one video, you guys, and you'll see all I did yesterday. All right. All right. Yeah, Dave has to go, so we got to go. See
I
you
do?
guys. See you guys later. Leave a thumbs up on your way out. If you left a thumbs down, boo.
Boo to you.
Who
Yeah,
do you?
all 18.
Boo-hoo.
And don't make Dave cry.
I'll listen. Are these eyes gonna cry? Not mine.
These eyes.
Do you even know who sang that song?
My mother-in-law would, and she's right downstairs. Do you know?
But do you? Yes, I do.
Off the top of my head, no.
It's from the 70s, right?
Yeah, so
It's a great song.
It is.
do you want to know?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Guess Who?
The Guess Who. Okay, there you go.
Wait, so we have to guess who it was?
No, that's the name of the band.
Who was it?
Whatchamacallit?
Steve Anderson. I didn't get any eggs today, although I saw one egg like on the stair. You know, chickens have stairs in their little house, and they left an egg on there.
Johnny,
All right, you guys.
Johnny, I got one question for you. Do the chickens have large talons? Little Napoleon Dynamite humor for you.
That's right.
I wanted to hate that movie so bad when I saw it, and I just.
Oh, me too. Me too. I
Funny,
just
man.
couldn't.
God.
I only saw it one time.
Oh,
Can I borrow you guys' phone for a sec?
your guys is
You guys is.
Remember my chapstick? But my lips are real bad.
This is real bad. Kip answers the phone. He's like, "Hi, Napoleon. Don't be jealous because I've been chatting online with babes all day."
this just got weird.
All right. Yeah, I only saw the movie one time, but actually a friend of mine did a voice in the cartoon. Did you guys see the cartoon of that?
Yeah. It was okay. It's kind of
My
cool.
hair is making me sweat. Sully Dude says, "Hey, Sully man, take care." Sully, you're on the road, right? I see your Instagrams every day, man. Take care out there. All right, Dave. Good to see you, man. Rob, good to see you.
Live long.
Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys too.
Okay.
I'll see you Friday, hopefully with a package to open.
Yeah,
Don't open your package in front of us.
That'd be cool. Monday, I'll have a package to open myself, or a couple packages. So we'll see.
Nice. What are you getting, Johnny?
I can't remember. I don't know. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys Friday, I guess. Yes.
Have a good night, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right. See you guys. JohnnyBeane.tv. Yes. Jane James. See you, man. All right. Good night.